Let's face it, muscle soreness is no fun. But some people tell you that it's normal, even helpful when you're starting to exercise. The truth is, there's no science to back that up. Soreness is inflammation. It's a sign of too much too soon. In this video, I will share with you the most reliable, science-based way to treat muscle soreness and prevent it from coming back. Hi, I'm Janet Holtz. I combine clinical exercise science with motivation science and mindfulness for a complete solution to these kind of challenges with exercising, like pain, stress, low motivation. So first, let's make sure that you really clear this message about muscle soreness. You will hear in the media and from health professionals that soreness is normal, even a needed part of exercising. And there's no science to back that up. I've done the search. There is nothing there. There's science about how to treat soreness and how to minimize it, but there's nothing that says that it's needed for progress. There is, however, a science-based way to prevent soreness. But first, let's look at what happens when you push through pain and through soreness thinking that it's helpful. First, inflammation rises. Inflammation is the precursor to every disease. Why would we want to increase inflammation in our body when we're exercising to improve our health? Second, your body tells your brain that this thing you're calling exercise is something to avoid. Even if the logical part of your brain has learned to believe that soreness is good or helpful, the primitive part of your brain in the background, the one that really determines if we're going to choose to do something again or not, that part of the brain is getting messages from your body that this thing you're calling exercise is not good for you. And so that's why we have this struggle with starting, because our primitive brain remembers that soreness from the past, even though our logical brain says, oh, it's good for me. But the third problem with soreness is that we learn to distrust our body and our brain and our spirit. They're hardwired for self-care. And when we start to think that pain is good and helpful, it disrupts our ability of these three parts of our whole person to work together to thrive. Your brain is saying one thing, your body is saying another thing, your spirit is saying another thing. We need all of them to work together so that we can thrive. So if you're feeling sore right now from exercising, give your body time to do a complete recovery. You could do mindful mobility, range of motion to help clear that inflammation, but moving in a pain-free or pain-reducing range. Make sure you're sleeping well. Make sure you're taking little rest breaks throughout the day so your body can fully recover. And then when you're feeling better, start well to stay well. When you do that, you re-record the experience of exercising in your brain, and your body learns to tell your brain that this thing you're calling exercise is definitely something to repeat, and motivation, self-motivation, becomes a lot easier. And so the 3 tips for solving muscle soreness is first, meet yourself where you are. Do an honest assessment of where you are, what you've been doing with your body, and what it needs most right now. It takes awareness with lots and lots of self-kindness to do that kind of honest assessment. Your brain remembers what you used to be able to do and really wants you to get back to that. And so there's this temptation to just push through to be able to get back to that ability. And it's really hard to be limited in our body, to accept the fact that we've lost mobility, we've lost strength, we've lost stamina, and we can't do what we used to be able to do. And so that's really hard. We've got to meet ourselves with lots of kindness and compassion to counteract that push through, more is better, no pain, no gain messaging that makes us do too much too soon and ends up in soreness and keeps us in this loop of struggling with exercising. So do an honest assessment. What does my body need right now? What would feel best right now? What do I want to start with that would feel best for my body right now? Some sort of mobility, some sort of strength, some sort of stamina, a little bit of all 3 perhaps. But this mindfulness with self-compassion, studies show that this is the best way to start anything. And it has the biggest impact on our ability to change behavior, to change habits, to get out of this cycle of all or nothing with exercise. Then layer on top of that, connecting with your core why, what you value most about your health. What is most important to you that you want to be able to do? What is not important to you? For instance, you might have been an athlete in the past or feel like you're being pushed to be an athlete. And if you're not looking to be an athlete, if you're not looking to be a bodybuilder to show off muscles, if you just want to age well, then seek exercises for that. And then get really specific about what you want to be able to do. I call this your real results, right? I want to be able to get up and down off the floor with ease when I play with my grandchildren. I want to be able to carry laundry up the stairs without worrying about falling. I want to be able to travel and walk for long distances with my partner so that I can go and enjoy traveling when I'm retired. Whatever it is for you, what activities do you want to be able to do, and choose the exercises that specifically give you the strength, stamina, and mobility movements that you need to be able to do those. When there's a strong connection between what you want and what you do, then exercise is not only motivating, but you cut out a lot of the exercises that you don't need to do. Too much exercise just causes soreness and you don't need it. More is not better. And then the third step is to do enough to spiral up now. So this keeps us out of that more is better, no pain, no gain mindset, thinking that we'll make faster progress, which we won't. When you start exercising, do just enough to increase your energy and lower or eliminate pain. Pain and energy are your great guides. If exercising gives you energy, physically gives you energy, and if it lowers pain, you know it's put you in the well state. If it increases pain or soreness or any discomfort at all, and it lowers your energy, makes you exhausted, or makes you feel worse in any way, whether it's emotionally or mentally or physically, then it's taking you back to the stress state. When exercise shifts your cells from the stress state to the well state, that is when it has the biggest impact on your health and the least chance that you will be sore. So the science-based way to solve the struggle with muscle soreness is to know that soreness is not helpful in any way, to do a slow, gradual progression of the movements that feel good now with a balance of strength, stamina, and mobility, very gradual progression with the specific movements that help you move better in everyday life. Get more resources and more tips at exercisingwell.com and become a member and learn this science-based way to exercise to be well now.